Hello, this little video is going to show you how to add and subtract mixed numbers. Now, I would advise that you watch the video on changing mixed numbers into improper fractions. I'll put the link in the description box, but watch that one first before you watch this one because it will make this a little bit easier. Right, so let's say we have 3 2/5, whole number and a fraction, a mixed number. Subtract 2 4/7. Now, some people will actually do 3 take away 1 is 1, 3 take away 2 is 1, and then subtract the fractions separately. It's much easier and quicker to actually change them first into an improper fraction. Well, watch the video on that and you'll know that 3 5s are 15 plus 2 is 17/5. Subtract 2 7s are 14, 14 plus 4 is 18/7. Then I have to make the denominators the same. So the second link I'll put is adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators. I'm going to make the common denominator 35. So I'll multiply that by 7, that by 5. Okay, so same value, different appearance. 17 times 7 is 70, 7 7s are 49, so that is 119 over 35, minus 18 times 5 is 50 plus 40, which is 90 over 35. Now all I have to do is 119 take away 90, which is 29 over 35, and there's the answer. So step 1, change to an improper fraction. Step 2, find the common denominator, and step 3, add or subtract. Let's try another one. Let's say we have 5 3/4 minus 2 4/7. So step 1, improper fractions. 5 times 4 is 20, add 3 is 23/4. Subtract 2 7s are 14, 14 plus 4 is 18/7. So now step 1, improper fractions. Step 2, subtracting with different denominators. So I'm going to multiply that one by 7, that one by 4. So 23 times 7 is 140, plus 21 is 161/28. Subtract 18 times 4, which is 72. Double it again, 36/72. So now I've got to work out 161 subtract 72. Well, you can do that in your head quite easily. You can do it on a calculator. Mind you, if it was a calculator, you would be able to do these on there as well. But remember, you can always use that method. So 11 take away 2 is 9. 15 take away 7 is 8. There we are, 89 over 28. Now then, step 3 is to convert it to a mixed number if necessary. Well, how do I do that? Okay, well, I want to know how many 28s go into 89. Again, I'll put the link to converting a mixed number into an improper fraction in the description box. So you can see that actually it's quite complicated, but if you've learned the initial steps, all the videos that you'd need for that are in the description box. Once you've mastered all of those individual steps, these become quite simple. So I need my 28 times table. Let's have a look. So 28 plus 28. Will I get another one into 89? Well, let's have a look. 84. Yes, I will. So I'll get 1, 2, 3 of them. 3 whole ones. Now, 3 times 28. You see what I did there? I just wrote out the 28 times table. I kept adding 30 and taking away 2. 28 add 30 is 58, blah, blah, blah. So there's 3 times 28. So 3 goes in and then there are 5 28ths left over. So really, this is just a culmination of converting a mixed number to an improper fraction, adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators, and finally converting an improper fraction back to a mixed number. That's all we're doing when we subtract mixed numbers. I'll do another one. I hope you've got pen and paper so that you can have a go at some in a moment. Let's say I want to do 5 1/4 plus 3 2/7. Well, here it would work here if I said 5 plus 3 is 8 and then I added 1/4 and 2/7 and added them. But it's much less fiddly if I just convert straight away. It's a good habit to get into. 21/4. If you don't know what I've just done there, watch the video on converting a mixed number into an improper fraction. 3 7s are 21, 22, 23. Now I'm going to find the common denominator of 28. Notice how I'm getting into the good habit of writing them out separately rather than cross multiplying, because especially when you're subtracting, you don't want to get them the wrong way around. So I've times that by 7, so that by 7. 20 times 7 is 140, plus 1 7 is 147. 7 times 4, so 23 times 4. So 80 plus 12 is 92. So 147 plus 92. Again, nothing wrong with using the column method if you're a little bit shaky on adding in your head. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 and 4 is 13. Carry the 1 is 239 over 28. I've got this far. I need to convert that to a mixed number. Descriptions in the the video links in the description. But hopefully you've already watched that one. If you've subscribed to the channel, you'll be getting these in the right order anyway. Well, 10 times 28 is 280, so I definitely know it's not big enough. I'm going to approximate it. This is when approximating really comes in handy. I'm going to say that's roughly 30. So 9 30s are 270, 8 30s are 240. Could be 8 of them because, let's have a look. 28 times 8, 8 8s are 64. 2 8s are 16. 16 plus 6 is 224. Yes, I won't get another one in, so it's going to be 8. And then 239 take away 224. See how I'm doing all the writing down? I'm not trying to hold too much information in my head. Obviously I can, but it's much safer to just do some quick working out. So it's obviously 15. So 15 out of 28. Now I just want to make sure that I can't cancel that down further. There's no common factor. 1, 2, 4, 7. No. So that's the answer there. Again, looks complicated, lot of steps. That's why I suggest you write everything down as you go. Step 1, convert them to improper fractions. Step 2, add or subtract different denominators. Step 3, change your answer back to a mixed number and cancel down as much as you possibly can. I'll do another one. Three and a quarter, subtract 1 4/5. So step 1, mixed numbers. 3 4s are 12, plus 1 is 13 quarters. 1 5 is 5, plus 4 is 9/5. Step 2, so that's sort of step 1. Step 2, common denominators. Obviously it's going to be 20. So I've times that by 5, times that by 5. 10 5s are 50, 3 5s are 15, so that's 65. Times that by 4, times that by 4, 9 4s are 36. So now I just have to add and subtract fractions with the same denominator. 65, take away 36 is 65, take away 6 is 59, take away 30 is 29 20ths. Step 3, change it to a mixed number. 20 into 29 goes 1 and 9/20 remaining. So there are 3 steps, but always, golden rule, convert it to an improper fraction and then deal with it as though they were just ordinary proper fractions, and you've just got the step at the end to change it back into a mixed number or cancel down as appropriate. Okay, let's try another one. I hope you're getting the idea. Let's say I wanted to do 5 1/4 subtract 3 1/3. Well, that would be 25 and 25%, and that's 33 1/3%. So I don't really want to be doing it separately. So that's why it's much better, because you're going to get a negative here. If you do 25%, take away 33 1/3%, if you do 1/4, take away 1/3, that's going to end up as a negative if I partition these into their whole numbers and fractional parts. That's why step 1, I always change them to an improper fraction. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21/4. 3 3s are 9, add 1 is 10/3. Step 1, improper fractions. Step 2, add and subtract with different denominators. So 63 over 12 minus 40 over 12. Same denominators, so 63 take away 40 is 23 over 12. Mixed number, that's an improper fraction, so I'm going to change it to a mixed number. Now I know 2 12s are 24, so it only goes in one whole one. And 23 take away 12 is obviously 11/12. Okay, I think it's time that you had a go at some. Now remember the steps. So A is 3 2/3 plus 4 1/5, and B, have a go at 6 1/4 subtract 3 2/5. Press pause, take as long as you need, and have a go. Okay, so you've had a go at adding these. So let's have a look at the first one. 3 3s are 9, plus 2 is 11/3, plus 4 5s are 20, plus 1 is 21/5. So same denominator will be out of 15. That was 5 5, so 55. That was by 3 plus 63. So you've got a mark there if you get to this point. So 63 plus 55. I can do it in my head, or I can write it on the paper if I don't want to hold too much. 8 and 11, so that's 118 over 15. And final step is to change that into an improper fraction. Well, I know 10 of them is 150. I know 8 of them is 80 plus 40, which is 120. So it's going to be 7 of them. So 7 times 15 is 70 plus 35 is 105. So 118 minus 105 gives you the 13 out of 15. So hopefully you got that right. This one, 6 4s are 24, plus 1 is 25 over 4, minus 15, 16, 17 over 5. Step 2, different denominators. So I'm going to make them at the same denominator. Times 5, so times 5. 25 times 5 is 125. 5 times 4, so 17 times 4 is 3468. Ooh, so I'm going to do 125 minus 68. 7, 57. 57 over 20. And then 20, 40, 60, so it's 2 and 17/20. I really hope you got those right. It might be a bit fast. Run through the video again if you need to. But remember, fractions are just times tables in disguise. And when you've got something nasty with a lot of steps, just break it down. Improper fractions, make the denominators the same, change back into a mixed number. So I really hope that helped, and bye-bye.